block the air and light to the plaintiff's house. Facts are as follows. Plaintiff is owner of plot number 1 and admittedly defendant is owner of plot number 2. Both plots are exact to each other. The plaintiff has constructed a house of his plot number 1 and on right side of his house he has opened 2 windows as left side and right side of his house. There are the walls of others house. The plaintiff has no other source of air and light. The rear position of his house. So the plaintiff was construct open window on his right side wall. The plot number 2 is lying open and vacant for more than 25 years as defendant intend to sell it. Whenever he would get a handsome amount, the plaintiff is enjoying air and light from their windows, which is accordingly to minimum requirement for the permanent beneficial enjoyment of the said property. According to the plaintiff, he is enjoying the right of air and light within the knowledge and without interactions of the defendant for the last more than 20 years. This further validates the plaintiff that the defendant had purchased his property from someone and at that time this house was already constructed. The defendant, even after the purchase of said house, never objected about the windows of the plaintiff. Now the defendant has started construction work and digging foundation so that certain days he will erect the wall exactly. Now the defendant has started constructive work digging foundation so that a certain days he will enact the wall eject to his house and thereby plaintiff will be purchased from enjoying his right of easement acquired by him. The defendant has filed the suit for the declaration and injunctions restraining the defendant for outstanding air and light that he is receiving through within 20 years.
Sir, may I have permission to proceed? Yes. So, para number 1 of the plaintiff is admitted and no need to reply. Para number 2 of the plaintiff is admitted and no need to reply. The para number 3 is denied that not admitted because the plaintiff has no other source of light and air. Has other source of air and light in the rear portion of the house. Para number 4 of the plaintiff is admitted and no need to reply. Para number 5 is denied and not admitted because the plaintiff has not get the right of easement on the property of defendant. Para number 6 is denied that not admitted because the plaintiff enjoying the right of light and air without the knowledge of defendant. When defendant come to know about that condition, he immediately stopped the plaintiff. Para number 7 is admitted, no need to reply. Para number 8 is denied and not admittedly because the defendant after purchasing the said plot immediately object about the window of plaintiff. Para number 9 is admitted, no need to reply. Para number 10 is denied because plaintiff does not use that window. Para number 11 is denied that not admittedly because the valuation of suit of declaration is not proper and hence proper court fees not paid by the plaintiff. Prayer. The defendant therefore prayed that the suit is dismissed with the cost.
First of all, I go to the admission and denial they've made. So, I will begin with the last one. They've challenged the valuation. Is it so? Right? They've challenged the valuation, but they just said that they do not agree with the valuation of ours. But they did not mention anything specific or what was wrong or what was incorrect that they find objective. So, according to the Court Fees Act 1870, Section 7, Subclause 4, the valuation of property was according to the schedule of the law, and it was the plaintiff had to pay the fixed amount which we paid. So and if the defense counsel is objecting it, then the burden of proof lies to the defendant to prove the incorrectness, which they have not proved. They just challenged fictitiously, baselessly, without enacting any laws and provisions. Now, they have admitted that we have the possession for more than 20 years, and they have admitted that our construction plot, my client's construction plot number 1 was on the land side before they purchased the plot. Is it so? We are right. The only contention of defendant is that our construction on the land side is a part of permissive possession, and my client took the permission from the presider and title for the removal of the windows, and there was an oral agreement between the two. They have not proved anything in documents, while my client had proved everything in black and white paper, and we also proved the papers of the municipal corporation, and also we have proved the completion certificate of house, which clearly stated that our construction is more than of 20 years, and the municipal corporation gave us permission to open the disputed windows in existence of easementary rights. They denied that we have any easementary right in the construction, and they just denied it. So in that case, my client fulfilled all the essentials of easementary rights, that are period of 20 years, uninterrupted possession. They have not proved anything about the uninterruption and the objection. They just orally, baselessly and fictitiously told that we were interrupted, but there is no written proof or any proof regarding to it, and the possession of my client was hostile and active possession, so the easementary right definitely arises. Thank you.
Has examined himself and predecessors entitled to support the case. Both stated that in their presence, and plaintiff had admitted that he would remove the window of owner of the plot will start construction. In examination of predecessors entitled has admitted that at that time the installing the window he was on the spot and when he came to know that about it he objected to the same, and plaintiff agreed to remove the window whenever he required. Nothing was done in black and white, but everything was oral. The defendant has denied any right of easement and claimed that he has right to construct on his land and close the window.
Looks like the defense agreed its own pleadings. Whereas, I will proceed. In the fourth para of defense pleading, pardon my words. In the fourth para of defense pleading itself, they have admitted that the defendant told that defendant and predecessor and title both were present, and my client made the oral agreement with defendant to remove the windows whenever required. So, right? Am I right? And they both were present on spot to witness this. But in the cross-examination, the predecessor and title himself said that when my client was installing the disputed windows, he was not present at the spot, which is clearly stating that either their knowledge or their contention of the case is weak or they are lying.
Sir, as the plaintiff said that he accept that he take permission in predecessor and title of the land. According to section 58 of Indian Evidence Act, admitted evidence cannot be proved, need not to be proved. Or, sir, I would like to mention some rulings of Supreme Courts and the Honorable Madras High Courts. Sir, in Krishna Manjura versus Manjura, 1905, it was held that when a person has a means of access to his property without going over another land, he cannot claim a right of way over the other land on the ground that it is the most convenient means of access, and that the law under section 13 clause E Easement Act is the same as law in England. Sir, in this case, the plaintiff had already have other sources of light and air, so they cannot claim that the window is correct. Sir, in another case, Durgalal versus Devi Lal, 1918, it was held that the easement of necessity can only arise when the property cannot be used at all without the easement, and not where the easement is merely necessary to reasonable enjoyment of the right. And in this case, they only have the reasonable enjoyment of the property. They don't have the necessity of that thing. A line set by the Honorable Madras High Court, Bench of Justice Tika Raman has held that the easement right cannot be created by the act of parties themselves without any rescission of the document. The easement right is statutory right and therefore has to be proved in the manner of known to law. The court has hearing a second appeal filed by the Nalla Raman for permanent injunction. The lower court has passed. Sir, in this case, they also have the same. They don't need that window. They are just enjoying the window from last 20 years. So they want that.
Object, sir. Are you saying that we don't need light and air? Are you saying that light and air is not a necessity for human dwelling?
Because the house already have proper light
Huh.
and air from other.
And what are the proofs and witness you are deposing for it? That we have other sources of light? What are the proofs and documents or any witness or anyone who saw the other source of light? Do you have anyone who can depose it? Or you are just baselessly or make up in mind or the light is in your head which will come to us? The light and air need space to pass, sir. You need to prove your point. You need to create the space. I cannot dig in the space in between the walls.
But the window there is not necessary.
There is not necessary. Okay. Can I say something? In my support, the plaintiff counsel has produced the witness, and there is a witness who is a neighbor of my client, and he deposed irrefutably that there are the disputed windows are in existence to the same spot, and the plaintiff is undeniably in use of it, and he also said that there is no other scope of anything in the house which can light it or make the space for the air. Besides it, I also present a witness who is an engineer and a friend of my client, and he said that, and he is an engineer, and he deposed that the structure of the construction of my client's house is that if the light and air source from the window is closed, there will be complete darkness in the house. So there is no scope of it, and the defense counsel is just saying it without anything really proved and any real evidence.
So the defense has examined himself and the predecessor title. They said that nothing was done in black and white, but everything was oral, as the plaintiff said. The oral permission is also permission, which has taken by predecessor in title.
I object, sir. According to Evidence Act section 91 and 92, the oral evidence is excluded, and where the documentary evidence, and if the documentary evidence is not present, then we can consider the oral evidence also. But because there is no documentary evidence available to the defense side, they are relying on the oral evidence. But when the section 92 clearly states in the light of agreements and contracts and whatever this is, that if there is a documentary evidence present, then we cannot consider the oral evidence if we have the documentary evidence, and my client have the documentary evidence.
You have proved through your documentary evidence that you have the right of easement. You cannot prove the necessity of window tag on that place.
You just, I'm just, it is not making no sense. I'm talking about the windows because my client needs light and air, and you are saying light and air is not a necessity.
Through that window, it is not necessary in that condition.
I proved through my witness that there is no other window or other door or other whatever for the light and space. It will be complete darkness, and it will be breathless for my client. He will be suffocated to death if the windows were not open and light and air was not provided. That's basic necessity, sir. If all the windows and doors of this room will be closed, you will be suffocated to death, and you will not say that we have other sources of light or air. You will not say the court is not a necessity to have the light or air.
In this room, the door is open, window is closed. There is no need of light from that window. So proper light and air is come through the door.
Because the
Same condition.
upper portion of the windows are of glass made. So that's why windows and there's no glass or anything in between. And if we close the windows properly, the light will be obstructed and air will also not pass. So can I just I want to say something, sir. Even the defense counsel in his pleadings, para number 3, had admitted that pardon me, sir, give me 2 minutes. Admitted that even if easement right arise, these are the words of the defense counsel itself. Even if easement right allowed in my case, then also it cannot be granted because it is not unfettered. They also admitted that even if easement right arise, they also admitted it. So there is no question arise now, and I request the court to grant my client the injunction and declaration of the absolute right under the decree under Section 34 Specific Relief Act. I rest my case, sir.